Welcome to a Hog Farms how-to video. First things first, clean hands, a clean board, and a very, very sharp knife. Just be careful, okay, you guys? So now I'm going to show you how to cut a chicken. All right, I'm going to cut off the leg first. So you're just going to go in that seam until you hit the bone. You'll definitely need to use your hands to snap that bone out of its socket to make it easier to cut around, like that. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm right-handed, so this becomes tricky, but I manage all the time. So you're going to do that, hit the bone, snap it out of its socket, and cut around it. In this video, I'm definitely showing you how to cut a chicken for the purposes of cooking the whole entire chicken. Some people use certain portions for chicken broth and stuff like that, but for this video, I'm showing you how to use every single part of this chicken. All right, so now we're going to take the wings off. You're going to use your knife and go underneath there, go into that socket and cut around. This socket is very easy to work with. Okay, that's your first wing off, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Put your knife in there, work around it, cut it off. There you go. We got the second wing. Awesome stuff. All right, so now what we're going to do is to separate the breast from the back. So you see that fat line there? I'm just going to put my knife against it and all the way up till I hit the collarbone. Sometimes a sharp knife can go through it, but if not, just use your hands to snap it and you can cut through. Do the same thing on the other side. Find that fat line. You see that fat line? I'm going to ride my knife up that way. See? Cut those ribs just like that till I got to the collarbone, snapped it, and cut away. So now I'm going to be separating the back from the breast. So that back has so much flavor if you want to make a chicken broth or a chicken stock. But in this video, we are going to use that for our portions of how to make a stew and stuff like that. Okay, so now I'm going to cut the breast. You're going to use your knife and cut down the center because we're going to try and cut that breast away from the bone. All right, so just take your time and be gentle with it. You're cutting away that beautiful breast meat that is good for people that are trying to gain weight for like weight training, because there's great protein in there, or people that want to lose weight. There's the least amount of calories in some of the chicken breast compared to other meats. So chicken is really healthy for those purposes. So that's great chicken breast, especially if it's skinless, right? Okay, take that off. Put your chicken wings aside, and I'm going to show you how to do the other side. Chicken breast really does need a lot of seasoning, I find, because especially if it's cut away from the bone like this. So yeah, I'm just showing you how to cut it away. But you do get a lot of meat in that breast. It's a lot of meat. Okay, so you cut away like that. And like I said, I'm leaving a lot more meat on this bone as well because, ooh, beautiful. Look at that. Okay, I'm leaving a lot of meat on this bone, like I said, because we're going to eat that as well as part of the stew. So we need someone to be able to munch on that. Okay, so you're going to cut that in two. The bone may fight you because it's a bit tough. So you can just snap it with your knife like that and then bend it, and then you can cut through it with the knife. So now you've broken this back into, this breast, into two. Then you're going to grab the back, portion it into two as well. See how much meat I left on that chicken back? It's because somebody will enjoy that portion. If I come to your house and you serve me a chicken back, oh my God, I would be so thrilled. I love all my meat on a bone, so chicken on a bone has so much flavor, so I'll really be happy getting this portion. So cut away that piece, that little tail end like I'm doing right now, as well as that little fatty bit, and put it to the side. So now you have a beautiful portion of chicken back, and I would gladly eat that. All right, so now these are some of the portions you probably see when you go to the butcher. Your chicken breast, beautiful size right there, kind of heavy, almost fell out of my hand. Really, really nice size. And another portion, so that's two great sizes right there of chicken breast. And then you got your leg. So now some people will cook it like that, but I want to show you how to separate it. So you see that fat line? Get your knife, just glide right into it. See, no snapping, no tugging, no pulling, straight through like butter. Did you see that? Nice. So now you got your thigh and your drumstick. I'll show you again. You see that fat line? Just take your knife and right there, cuts nice and smooth. That's where the joint is. All right, so now you've separated your thighs from your drumsticks. So now some people will keep the wing whole, which is awesome, but I'm going to show you how to make this chicken go further. We cut it down, so now you have an extra little portion right there. You have another little baby drumstick. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Cut it right there. Another little baby drumstick. So you see, most Zimbabweans, when they're serving chicken, is because we have guests over. So having a lot of portions really goes a long way. And sometimes just for the purposes of storing, because if you don't have much fridge space, cutting your chicken up will really help in storing it, okay? So now I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut up this chicken breast, because remember, I'm trying to show you how to have more portions for the purposes of feeding a lot more people, especially if you have an event or you just generally have a large family. All right, so you're going to cut that breast right there. See what I'm saying? I'm going to probably do another video where I show you how to debone a chicken and how to skin a chicken. Some people like skinless chicken breast because, like I said, they're probably on like a weight loss journey or they're weight training, right? So they want to gain that muscle, okay? And sometimes you don't want those extra calories from that skin. Although skin is where the flavor is at. Like, oh my God, I love chicken skin. All right, so like you see, I'm cutting that breast into more portions. So now you'll be able to feed people and with ease, especially with that one whole chicken in your fridge. You know, you got enough meat to feed some people. And our chicken from Hagai Farms does not shrink. We have great quality meat that when you cook it is exactly what you put in your pot is exactly what you're going to get out. I know people have been complaining that they buy these just chickens from some of these stores and they shrink and it's just a mess. All right. So now I'm going to add back those other portions that I cut and put to the side to show you how many pieces I managed to get out of this whole chicken. And like I said, if you don't need to eat all of these at once, you can store them and freeze them and eat them as you go, right? So it's a great way to store your chicken in your freezer, especially if you have a small freezer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's a lot of pieces, you guys. That's 18 pieces of chicken, right? So that's what I wanted to share, is how to make your one whole chicken go far for you guys. Cook that chicken, enjoy that chicken, and don't forget to order your chicken from Hagai Farms. Mwah!